It's time for a little Funky Friday. From their funky hidden headquarters, your hosts, Keith and Gerry.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Pop Culture Minefield TGIF. I'm Gerry, and that empty space there was Keith. Walked away. I don't know why he does these things to me. I don't know. There he is.
Excuse me.
Yes. And that's Keith.
Sorry, coughing fits. We'll do that.
TGIF. And TGIF means that we have our panel of joy. And of course, this is the joyous season. And I want to welcome Saint Seagal. There he is.
The hell?
Fat Santa Seagal. And even though he won't stay on the show, this is, of course, Kyle. Zach's our producer of the show, manager. And you can go back to the background. And then, of course, our good friend Deleted Scenes coming in from the Carolinas. And for the first time ever on our stream is the Dork Knight.
Hello.
So next time you're on, we can say the Dork Knight returns.
Yes.
So,
Repping my peeps at the Salty Nerd podcast. Thanks for having me on.
If he keeps coming on, he'll be the Dork Knight forever.
I want to get Matt on here more. I was so happy to see Matt last week. Matt's
Vader? Yeah, no, he's great. He's
I fucking
hilarious.
love him so much, man. He's so grumpy and cranky. He's just burned his way into my heart and soul. I just fucking love that. He's like he and Tom are like, I feel like they're my brothers because they really act like they're related to me.
So Tom, the first time I met Tom was on, he came onto our Saturday home gang that we do at the Salty Nerd every Saturday, except for we're not doing them until January. Took the rest of the year off. And we were talking about He-Man, Masters of the Universe, the Kevin Smith one. And oh my God, he was like, Dork Knight, I'm so sorry we had to meet this way. Because I actually loved it and he hated it like most everybody. And Kadish and I were like the only two that liked it. And everybody else was just piling shit on us. Like so much so that by the end, Kadish kind of started to walk back his praise, which was kind of funny.
Our special panelist is here. There she is. That's my wife.
Yes, I'm extremely special.
Yeah,
Did he finally
doesn't know how to kill a duck.
Did he let you out of the basement finally?
Yes, actually they did.
Ironically, she is below me downstairs right now.
No, I'm actually across the hall.
That fan behind her, I'm right above it.
No, you're across the hall.
Oh, wait, are you up in the bedroom? Oh, yeah, you're in our room.
Bedroom.
You don't even know where you release your victims?
Oh, hey, that's my mom.
Hi, Mom. Merry Christmas.
Oh, is that your mom? Hi, Dork Knight's mom. We promise not to fucking cuss much.
Yeah, we don't fucking cuss here at all.
No fucking cussing. I'm serious.
No
How many
Merry
times have I
Christmas.
said watch
Deleted
the fucking
scene.
language?
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Deleted. You are the worst. You
You
cuss
know what?
more than anybody.
I'm very
What the
bothered
fuck
by
are you talking
Gary's
about?
I'm really fucking bothered by Gary's house right now. There are so many white doors in there that I feel like they're not being inclusive at all with their house.
It's
design.
a White House. It's a very White House.
It is a very white house. I can't wait to move out.
Yeah, I like how Keith looks so far uncomfortable, like he's sitting in the back of a Volkswagen.
Look how white his house looks.
Yo, there's too many white keys.
I took care of the family that lived here.
There's too
Let's,
many white keys.
Hey guys, let's take a second to welcome our chat. Cecilia Rivera is here. Hi, Cecilia.
Hey, Cece, that's actually my girl.
Wolf. Oh, that's who is it?
That's my special lady friend, man.
Does that mean you have sex?
Yes.
Do tell more.
often.
Gary needs to hear about this. He's
Oh
very
shoot!
jealous
I
of
forgot
him
my
now.
mom is on here. I'm kidding,
Stop.
Mom. We're not married yet, so we
Just
don't have
joking.
sex.
There's been no sexual relations.
We don't have sex. We talk about what we're going to
I
do
did
when
not
we're
have
married.
sexual relations with that girl.
You're gonna get it so bad when we get that ring on. You have no idea.
Of course, hello to Dork Knight's mom. Socks is here. What is up, Socks? Tiger Driver is here. Let's see who else has joined us. Is that it right now? That's it for right now. Good. All right.
That's a lot of people.
Make a list for me, Kyle, if you would, sir. I deeply appreciate it. So I can thank everybody at the end. And before we get this show going, I need to do one thing, which is I promised Mike, Mexican Iron Man, that we would promote our membership more. And so here is our very special video for you to please join, become a premium member of Pop Culture Mindfield. There you go. Become a prime. I like your graphic, dude. That's really cool. Welcome, Latinx Slant. Who is that? That's not Polly? Who is that?
No.
So hola,
Well, it's
muchachos.
Latinx slant. It's pretty much not poly. I don't think so.
Yeah, and then of course Cecilia let us know that she does have a ring. So Dark Knight definitely wanted to prove that he loved her.
Is that a ring pop?
Ring.
it's
Yeah,
funny.
those would be cool.
Yeah, that's
Those things are good, actually.
Fuck yeah,
that's,
they are.
That's a story for another day. But there was a talk of a pop ring once. But I did actually propose to her at a Golden Knights game. It was on the big screen and everything. It was pretty cool.
Oh,
It's
I would have
hockey,
laughed
for
if
those
she
of
said
you-
no. That'd have been great.
Yeah, it was funny because like the announcers, they said like, did she say yes? And they cut to a picture of her like hugging me and kissing me, and then they were like, I guess she did, you know. So yeah, it was nice. It was 8 months ago, I think. She'll correct me if I'm wrong. She's good at
Much better proposal than what Gary gave me. His response is, I'm going to just die on you.
Oh yeah, don't tell them that.
Wait. When,
Keep
when I
telling
hear that,
Cece.
Don't tell them that.
I keep telling
Wait.
Cece that's how I want to go. There's no better way to go. Come on, what are you talking about?
wait. He wants to die on top of you. So was that like a threat? He's gonna roll over
Yeah,
one night.
I didn't
No,
say
like
it
you
that way.
pump one out. You pump one out. You
pump one out and then stroke out. And
But that's not.
yeah.
But that's
It's a
not
way
how
to
you
go.
go.
I don't care that it would traumatize the woman. It's okay. I think
that's not.
Yeah, it'd be great for me. Horrible for her.
It'd be one awesome last prank. Right?
But that's not how you do it. You want to go peacefully in the car, unlike your passengers.
Yeah, driving 75 miles an hour, and they're like, "Why are you wearing all that padding?" Because of this, throw open the door. And
I
jump
love
out
bubble
of the
wrap.
driver's seat.
I love bubble wrap.
That wasn't where I was going, but I see where
Good
it went.
luck.
Are we
I
insured?
just want to officially say for my parents that this is really a good time. These are good people. Seriously. They're a lot of fun.
Hi,
Merry
Purple.
Christmas.
How are
Where's
you
my
doing,
gas
sweetheart? We love you.
It's like, what is that? Merry Christmas. Who cut my brakes?
Sex was recycling. Death by sex was recycling. Yeah, that was
Oh,
Richard
my God.
Pryor. All right, let's get going here. Today's subject is Spider-Man: No Way Home, and everybody has seen it. And we are going to do our best to not spoil it. But we're
Everyone
going to be
else
talking
does.
about
What? No,
If
first
they
part-
haven't seen it, they're screwed.
dude.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd
it's been
say-
on a week. I mean, come on.
Yeah, come on. That's not fair.
You can't talk about this movie without spoiling it. You just can't.
Spoiler:
It's
Darth
true.
Vader and Vulcan made out.
Oh, darn it.
Rosebud is the
Don't
sled.
know the power.
Babylon
Oh.
5 has 5 seasons.
Oh.
Boba
Oh,
Fett's
hey,
ship
Sherry's here. Hi,
is
Sherry.
Slave 1.
Let me guess. And
Hey,
Ray's last name is Skywalker?
No, it's fucking Palpatine.
Oh,
No.
man.
Lord Thoth is
Palpatine.
here. What is up, my friend? Lord, do you want to join us on the chat? Have you seen the movie? Let me know, and I'll send you a invite.
Spoiler: Gary's white.
It's true. I am. I'm about as Celtic
I
as
like
you
you
get.
to. How is touching your chin verifying it?
Because it itched. It had nothing. One had nothing to do with the other. It's not a conspiracy. You cannot connect
Unless
the
it
dots.
He reverse tans every morning.
But yeah, Thoth, if you want to join us, you're more than welcome to. Purple, you're welcome to. You're in our private chat. Over on
in our private chat, you know,
Twitter.
me up here.
So, but anyway, let's get into this. Spider-Man: No Way Home was just awful. I couldn't stand it.
Yeah, it was shit.
I wanted to leave. No, I'm just kidding. I fucking love that movie.
Oh,
You
Over
know,
the Matrix.
it was just. Oh, I can't even bring myself yet to watch The Matrix after I heard.
Oh, I was
what
just
they
about to
did.
ask. I just watched it yesterday. If you guys not seen it
Well,
yet.
we have
I
a.
saw it the
Yeah,
day
yeah.
it came out. I was up till 3 in
I
the
have.
morning at midnight release watching it. And all I can
I'm-
say is this would be better subtitled.
I am such a huge Keanu Reeves fan that it breaks my heart to see him in a shitty movie,
Mhm.
and I won't watch it just because I don't want to. You know, I feel like it's ruining his image being in it.
Well, the movie, I did not like it, but I liked a lot of the ideas, and it
Mhm.
wasn't like a lot of people. And I'm not going to spoil anything because it just came out yesterday or whatever, or 2 days ago. A lot of people were worried that it was going to be woke and that Trinity was going to be the one, and that's not the case. And I liked the idea, but I did not like the execution. And I think Lana Wachowski is just not as good without her sister. And I'm
And
trying
they're
to be
both
PC about that.
Sorry.
You know what I mean? So that's all I'll say about that. I was disappointed. I was.
Wait. Oh wait, question. I also want to silently have a like a moment of silence and mourning for Dollar Tree Morpheus.
I don't know what the fuck that was about. Why did they
I
not
don't
go
know
back and get him?
Because he's too fat. He couldn't fit. Would you like to take the red pill or
Is
the
that
blue?
really why?
Twinkie?
Well, so they do.
It's
Again,
too
I'm not going to
old.
spoil anything, but there's 2 characters that they recast that are supposed to be from the original, and the excuse they use is because those 2 characters are an amalgamation of multiple characters into one. So if you mash up a couple characters, they're going to look different. I don't buy it. It was probably because, you know, like what you said, he's too old, too fat, or
Okay.
didn't want to do it, or wanted too much money. But
Well,
there was one-
I have a thought on that, but I don't. It could be a potential spoiler, so I don't know how deep into it I should go.
Can anyone? I have one thing that's been bothering me since I've seen this movie. Can someone tell me how Starship Troopers Doogie Howser got into this film? The same character, the same acting, same everything.
I have no idea. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
I haven't
I
seen
have
it, so I
Scheduled
don't
to
know.
see it later tonight. So
you know
I don't know
that's
if I'm
funny.
gonna ever watch
You're
it.
giving him shit. He was my favorite part of the movie.
He was literally the Starship Troopers version. He was, except he was wearing. I don't know how he got Robert Meyer Burnett's glasses because he was wearing the same glasses.
Those
love
I
Meyer.
dug those glasses. I actually want to buy some of those glasses. I have like I'm
like-
known for having a bunch of different glasses, and I don't.
It's like
I
he
don't have those blue
robbed Dame
ones.
Edna.
You're so vogue. So,
I love. Oh my god! I'm sorry.
so once again, this is actually about Spider-Man: No Way Home.
All right, Spider-Man. Yeah, I
Oh, the
forgot about
Matrix
that, yeah.
started off about no.
Yeah, I love how you guys derail.
I could do it.
So
Oh, Lucas
we
Squirrel.
went to see it. We went to see it on Saturday instead of Friday. We were too tired after work
Yeah, it's the
and
old
just
people
skipped
thing.
Friday. So we went Saturday, and it was great, man. I feel like Kevin Feige's Phase 4 pretty much shit the bed. You know, there's people go, "Oh, he's like one of us." No, he's not one of us.
No.
Kevin Feige may have been a nerd, but he is a corporate head. and now he has the attitude, you can't fucking fire me. He had 2 stinkers this year, major stinkers. Not to mention the viewership was not what they wanted it to be for 2 of his shows.
Forgive me, Eternals obviously is one of those stinkers. What's the other
I
one?
still haven't
Turtles?
seen it.
Oh,
Black Widow? Still won't
You
watch
like
it.
Black Widow?
No, I hated it.
But we can,
The first act was really good. The rest was garbage.
we can also.
Let me say this about Black Widow, okay? For those of us that were fans of the comics, for those of us that started out and really liked how that character was introduced in Iron Man 2 and how you saw her in the Avengers, that movie has about as much. By the time you see her in that film, she's not the same person. They've given her almost superhuman powers, and that's one of the things that really ruined the film for me.
Ruined it,
You
Brian.
have all these
ruined it.
But if you look at it, all of the characters that they've had mainly in Phase 4, this should have been the phase to allow Marvel to go with more street level, almost non-powered characters, and almost to a person, with the exception of Loki, you've seen them powered up and doing things that either they shouldn't be doing or that you're taking time out. And instead of focusing on them, you're focusing on other characters or the characters that are meant to replace them. So
Phase 4 to me seems more like about the introduction of the more of the mystical, magical, multiverse type stuff. Like the OP characters, like Eternals are totally OP, and Doctor and what's her the Scarlet Witch. You know what I mean? Like
partly
chaos magic out the ass.
But you also have characters like Black Widow, or in this case, the Yelena movie. And you have ultimately the most recent Disney Plus show, Hawkeye, or as I like to call it, Hawkeye, as a co-star in his own.
You guys, who's groaning? You guys don't like Hawkeye? I love
that.
Oh,
come on. All right. I'm going to lay it down right here. Come on. Goddamn Kate Bishop takes a punch in the chest from Kingpin.
How are you doing that? That's cool.
Who,
I like that.
It's actually mocap. It's actually mocap,
okay.
Motion capture. But the guy punches her in the chest. It would have broken Daredevil's ribs. He did break Daredevil's ribs, and she's getting back up going, oh, thank God you didn't ruin my purple outfit. I am so
sexual. It's the overpowering of characters that aren't super powered characters is really what this. In other words, this is like
and a car to the back.
It's these heroes done by people who have no real concept of what they are, either how they started or how they are in the comics. The thing is that when you look at characters like,
I should get my son.
Widow,
you guys remind me of my son. I should get him in here. It's like, so I guest on Salty Nerd a lot, and I always try to, like, you guys are saying, hey Vader, they throw the salt on it. I always try to, like, pepper in a little, happiness or positivity.
Yes,
which is there was a penis in there, except you didn't get to act in it.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and throw my 2 cents in. I hated episodes 1 and 2 of Hawkeye. I thought they were badly written.
Okay. All right.
Then we got to episode 3. Hold on. This is my review. I'm going to throw it out there, and then you guys go at it again.
Yeah.
Episode 3 started to gel. And then episode 4 came around, and it kind of fell apart. But then 5 through the rest, I really enjoyed them. I thought that was dumb that she got hit in the chest, and it didn't completely end her. But I enjoyed seeing Kingpin back.
So is Kingpin?
I do know that the only way she could beat him was using the arrows, because he had her. She was wrecked.
I like that trick where she was just like, they pay off the thing at the end, and she triggers all the arrows.
Yeah, you finally get the payoff from that. No, that one's too dangerous.
Yeah. Can we bring up one thing though, Gary, that's actually attached to yours? You have a movie called Hawkeye, and the whole intro doesn't have Hawkeye in it.
Yeah,
that's look.
Wait. Kate Bishop is Hawkeye. They even
she hasn't been given the title, and not even by the end she didn't get the title.
Yes, she did, because they were talking at the very last episode. She was asking him about names, and he says
he doesn't
what
say
about
it.
And then they cut to black, and then they show Hawkeye.
And they could have named her Smurfette.
They just
in the comics she's the next Hawkeye.
Yes, but she was trained.
Okay, hold on. See, now we're derailed into a whole new area.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
This is a problem that
Thought
Keith
this
and
was
I have.
Spider-Man talk.
Hold on.
Thank you,
hold on,
Cece.
Hold on, guys.
My girl's
hold
always
on,
good
guys.
about keeping me on
Hold
track.
Hold on. This is a derailment that we have to come back from, but we have to address it. You just addressed the elephant in the room, which is Kevin Feige. What makes him such a shitheel is that he's trying to get away from the licensed characters where the families of the creators
Want it
get
back.
paid. He wants all the money to be Marvel and Disney's. So
Fraction
that
got
is
a
what all this is
producer
about.
credit on this, didn't he?
It's not creativity. It's
Yeah,
all
but not
about
David
securing
Aha.
the dollar. And so to make Kate Bishop Hawkeye is to basically get away from paying the family royalties of the creator.
How
of
is that
Hawkeye.
though? Because in the comics, Kate Bishop becomes Hawkeye. The Matt Fraction. I mean, this was very close to the Matt Fraction run.
It's it's more modern, and it's
but
is
the other
Feige's
person that
era.
was responsible for that run did not get really anything compared to what Matt Fraction got. That
And
was
that-
also
that
one of
is
the things that
True, and all the art was. I mean, the logo, the intro, the outro credits.
He got
all
nothing.
Of that just
He got
completely
nothing.
lifted. Are we sure about
Yeah.
that? They get. Damn, that is shitty.
No,
That's
he did
shitty.
get paid. He just didn't get the ability to be able to contribute the way that Matt Fraction did.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
and again, if you believe that a comic book is really a collaborative effort between the artist and the writer, then both of them should have been consultants and not just
totally.
one of them.
I thought. Okay. Yeah. No, I totally agree with that.
But this also still does have a relation because we can actually link this now with two characters from a Netflix series that are in both properties. So technically, this does have a Spider-Man link in a way. The sad thing is
also the last
Spider-Man,
scene.
No Way
The last
Home.
scene of Spider-Man No Way Home, he is swinging in front
In
of
the-
the tree at 30 Rock before it has been destroyed by Kate Bishop. So, yeah.
But
There you go.
and I would like to say one thing. Huge shout out though to Tracksuit Draculas, aka Tracksuit Mafia. We actually got to interview one of their actors. No. Carlos was a great guy. He had a lot of energy, and those guys were pretty much my favorite part of
They
the
were
whole
fun.
show.
They were the best.
Bro.
DMC, bro.
Bro.
The best way to go, bro. It's
My favorite moment was when
I love
the
Imagine
action
Dragons, bro.
stopped for the
Like
one
the
throw
tracksuits.
as she's about to break his wrist with the pistol. Thanks her for giving him the advice for his girlfriend.
Yeah, that was funny.
I fucking
man.
loved
it.
that moment.
Yeah.
That was such
I
a
did too.
fucking funny moment.
Because
But,
does she even say like, "So what's with the gun?" He's like, "Yeah."
I got one more thing to throw down. William goddamn Dafoe played the best Green Goblin adaptation I've seen in God knows how fucking long.
Oh,
William
yeah,
Dafoe
no.
makes anything he's in better.
It was a 90s
No.
Spider-Man, Gary. It was the cartoon we saw on Fox Kids. It was that fucking Green Goblin right fucking there.
Willem Dafoe stole the show. Like
Yeah.
he I did not expect him to be as big in the movie as he was. And yeah, I saw it opening night Thursday here in Vegas. Then I went and I took my kids to see it Saturday or Sunday after, and then my buddy came into town and I saw it again last night. And the opening night crowd was awesome. I mean, it was like being at a sporting event. It was so
It's like
cool.
Ghostbusters Afterlife opening night. It's the same thing.
Yeah, totally. It was so much fun. And when they have certain reveals, like I guess we'll wait to get into spoilers, so I won't say anything. But when they had certain reveals, people cheered. You know, like standing up and clapping and stuff like that.
My
In
God.
fact,
Oh, nice.
the crowds were so different between the opening night and when I saw it last night. I actually was asked to leave the theater because people were getting pissed at me for because I was still I'd seen it. This is my third time seeing it, and I was still clapping and cheering and woohoo, and then it was awesome, man.
See,
I love this. Is
I've
my
had
new.
that happen too.
It's a standalone. It's a standalone Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It is. No, Spider-Man 2 used to be my favorite of the
same
live
here.
action.
Oh, it was
Here.
mine.
And now this is my favorite, and I don't even feel bad about it because it still has Doc Ock in it.
Honestly,
it's tied right into it.
I can't thank them enough. And this is the difference between Sony, because Sony didn't let any of those guys touch it. They didn't let anyone. Thank you for keep moving to the bottom. It's great. Okay, now you're just being a dick. I'm not that fat that I have to support all y'all. Okay.
Why am
You
I
done?
why
You
do
done,
have
Gary?
to
I
full
will start
screen?
switching avatars every 30 seconds. So you keep that up. You want your trigger shit?
Okay,
I'll do
can
it.
anyone tell that Fat Stephen is breathing on me?
Yes, I am breathing on you. Live it up, Crisco boy. I'm having Crisco all over you. But no, honestly, the redemption arc they gave with Garfield finally
God.
solidified. Yeah, that's right. Look how big I am, big boy. That's Mary Jane behind me. But
Yeah.
the real Mary Jane. But Garfield's redemption, Garfield nailed it too. Garfield's second place in this after
Oh
Duff
yeah.
Roll. The Gwen Stacy
totally
thing
agree.
and Toby telling him don't give up on love is what Garfield needed to hear. He needs to know in another place, in another universe, because multiverse is just being blown open for all of them, that he has a chance still to find the one. I mean, he's only met Gwen. He hasn't met Mary Jane yet.
I really hope so badly they like they do what DC's doing. You know, they're having multiple Batmans, you know, in different universes or whatever. And now that we've blown open the multiverse, I would love to see at the very least another Andrew Garfield movie now, like
Gwen
post
Stacy.
this
Yeah.
movie. But I would also, I mean, just because I'm a diehard, you know, Toby's my
Well,
Spidey. I'd love to see
But that's
old
Your webs come out of other areas.
that's what Kevin Feige needed. He needed the Snyderverse to be in active development, so he'd have a good place to pull a lot of really cool ideas out of it. But the thing that you have to understand is that I did love this movie. It's not that I hated it, but it had a lot of problems, and some of those problems were a little on the big side for me. It didn't ruin the movie. I liked all of the actors. I loved Thomas Hayden Church as Sandman. I felt that in that particular movie, he was what Sam Raimi wanted it to be.
I
But
wish
then
they
Raimi
wouldn't have
got
had Venom. That movie should have been
But-
mostly about
but
Sandman, you know.
But see, that's the thing.
That's 70s
That's
Venom.
the part. That's the part that
Yeah.
Avi Arad screwed Sam Raimi
Yeah.
on. He
Yeah.
screwed Sam Raimi on that deal
I
because he
Very much
forced
dislike Avi Arad.
Venom into the story.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And there was no
Because
need to
when
put
you-
Venom in that story.
No,
At
no,
all.
it's a Sandman story that actually happens with the rest of what he had in there as the backdrop. Meaning, you had to have it was meant to be more of a story that was akin to the original versions of those characters as they were introduced in comics. That was what Raimi was going for with all of his Spider-Man stuff. And Avi Arad couldn't wait his effing turn to eventually work their way up to the newer characters.
Yeah, and
he
I
felt the
can't.
need to
That
force-
always pissed me off.
Yeah.
Because you guys got to understand, I've been I'm 42. I've been a lifelong Spider-Man, well over 30 years. In fact, sadly, the way I got known on YouTube was I had my 3 years ago, almost to the day, my comic collection was stolen, and I had nearly the entire run of the Amazing Spider-Man. I was only missing about 50 issues, most of them from the beginning. And it was valued at over like 160,000. It made national news, it made, and I was, I got interviewed by all kinds of people and stuff, and it really sucked. And it kind of, I don't collect comics anymore because of that. It really sucked. But I've always I was collecting comics and actively collecting specifically Amazing Spider-Man since I was 13. If my mom's still in the chat, I love you, Mom. She bought most of those for me.
Good parenting right there.
Mom, right there.
Good parenting.
So when the first Tobey Maguire movie came out, I'll never forget it. It was the weekend that Attack of the Clones came out, same weekend, and everybody thought that was crazy. And I was like, "Are you out of your mind? People like me have been waiting their entire life to see Spider-Man on the big screen done right. Nobody wants to see another shitty prequel." And I was right. Spider-Man crushed the box office. I took my kid. He was 3 or 4 at the time. And he still remembers, he still remembers it. Now, sadly, because of his age, his favorite one is Spider-Man 3, which I'll never understand, but that's fine. That's on him.
It's the same thing with my daughter. She loves Batman and Robin with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
With the nipples?
Oh my God.
Oh, I actually enjoyed that movie. So, shh.
Did you enjoy the nipples? Is that why the bat?
Yes, I did.
It must have been the
Anatomically
nipples.
You hang
correct
keys
nipples.
off those.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Pathetic.
But so seeing Toby, I love how they introduced. I guess we're getting into spoilers now. I love how they introduced both of the Spider-Men with Ned and the whole thing. But with the opening night, everybody cheered when Andrew Garfield took his mask off. Right, everybody cheered. But when they do the slow reveal and it's just Toby and what they call him a hip youth pastor outfit came out or youth.
Are you the question he says is, are you going to do this looking like a youth pastor the whole time?
Yeah.
Or did you bring your costume with you?
And
Toby goes like that.
Yeah, which
I
I love.
That he's always wearing it.
Yeah, which is awesome. But when he walked through the portal for the very first time, dude, it would have been like your favorite football team hit a fucking game-winning Super Bowl touchdown. The roar in the audience that opening night was amazing. It gave me goosebumps, man. It was so awesome.
Still got him. Still got him.
Yeah, it was because that was my Spider-Man. You know what I mean? So,
I agree. Both of them are great Spider-Man in their own way. Andrew Garfield was Spider-Man under the mask in a way because he had the sarcastic humor. He had the ability to engage with the criminals.
Yeah, because Toby did too, but it doesn't come through as well as it did with Andrew.
The thing is,
Andrew's a great Spider-Man. You know, like even in this movie, he's like, "Hey Max, what's up? How you been, buddy?" You know.
Yeah, he's exactly what you would think Spider-Man would be if he were a living, breathing character in our world. That's exactly how you would want Spider-Man to be.
And of course, the only reason why we didn't get another Andrew Garfield Spider-Man was because of an executive from Sony got butthurt because he didn't show up to a meeting.
Yeah.
Garfield didn't show up.
And the
Andrew
other
Garfield
gripe
talked about that. He said he regretted that decision, actually. But
there was another gripe, though, too, that people pointed out with the whole how people didn't like Garfield's Spider-Man. And the problem is, he was too good looking. He was too busy skateboarding. Dude, we don't know. Like, he got bit by the spider. His physical changed. We saw that in Toby with his eyesight and everything else. He had the same type of thing. Yeah, maybe he might have been too pretty, but at the same time, I
don't want to shit on Andrew Garfield because he really did redeem himself. I never liked those movies. In fact, my kids, I took them. They had never seen the Andrew Garfield ones because I don't own them. I own the Toby ones. And before we saw this, my youngest son and I, we watched the Toby ones, and we went to the movie. I took my youngest two, my son and my daughter, to see it. The second time I watched it, and then when we got home, so like the other night, maybe it was last night before. I think it was the night before. I tried to get them to. They wanted to watch
Garfield,
one of the Andrew Garfield ones, and I didn't have them, and I couldn't find them on a streaming thing. I'm like, sorry. So I guess so now I have to go buy those damn movies because he did such a good job in this one that my kids
just buy them the first one. Just get the first one because the second one. Look.
You need the second one to understand.
The Gwen Stacy death.
You need the second one.
That Stacy death was so overdone.
But I'm
out. All right, I'm out. No.
My daughter's like, like the kids didn't understand, like, why is he crying? Like when he saves MJ, and I have to explain that to him because, he didn't let, but
later I updated. I'll send it to you in the pop culture.
He tried to, save Gwen Stacy in the movie, and he didn't, and she died. So they didn't see that. So that scene carries so much more weight. It carries no weight at all, really, if you don't know what happened.
Right.
So
I'm loving the fact that this film has made so much money. The only downside for me, realistically, is that for whatever reason, Amy Pascal is acting like she's still running the show. Outside of that, I think it's all good. I think it's all just gravy.
Hey,
I'm loving
Deanna,
it. I'm digging it.
What did I say when Amy Pascal's name came up?
Oh.
Can I repeat that?
Yeah, we're allowed to say fuck.
No. I don't think I can say something like that.
Well,
I don't remember
that
your
one
exact words.
Avi Arad's name
fucker.
popped up. They did a tribute to Avi Arad. And I'm like, fuck Avi Arad. Fuck her, too.
And I'm going to say this right now. Gary's wrong. You're so very wrong. It wasn't over exaggerated. The girl fell through a bell tower or whatever shaft.
Yeah, you're not. You're reading what I said wrong.
No, I just don't think I don't like people insulting my Gwen Stacy. I'm just very protective of my Gwen
What the
Stacy.
fuck is it? That's not what I did at all.
I'm
What I
just
said
being me.
was-
Hey, we got save Gingers. I got save Stacy's. Man, I want a standalone Spider Gwen film.
What
for
I
God's
said
sake.
was they
Yeah,
overdid it.
surprised they
No,
hadn't
they
done
They
didn't.
it.
overdid her death.
Nah.
There are moments in cinema when
How do you
people
mean that?
admit
How do you mean
later
that?
they overdid it.
Denied.
So, thank you for asking me instead of fucking criticizing what I said.
That sounds passive.
What I mean is they should have just stuck to the comic book and not fucking made that nasty head butt sound.
Oh God, yeah.
That was
Oh,
so
where it
guys
was
seen
some
that?
little snap.
There's this.
That was so overdone, and it killed the moment. It was just instead of going, I went, ugh.
Yeah.
It should have been not ugh.
So
That's
if
what
you
I
haven't
fucking
seen
get
this, I'll send the link to you on Twitter later if you haven't seen it. Have you guys seen it? It's like a UK guy dressed in like a Spider-Man outfit, and he makes like he does like a boom like thing to like her head smacking the ground, and it's like
Oh,
That's
it
awful.
sounds bad, but it's actually I feel bad saying this. It's freaking hilarious because it's like he just keeps showing it over and over again, and he's just like beatboxing to it or like whatever.
That
It's
is just awful.
So I
That's
take it you
fuck-
haven't seen it. I will find it and send it to you guys. It's
person should
definitely
be
worth a watch.
hunted down and have his nipples twisted. That's just so fucked up.
So now I feel
but-
bad for enjoying it so much.
But we
Okay,
get some really great payoffs in this film, and I want to go over two of them. One of them involves the death of Gwen Stacy because we get to see an echo of that moment
Yeah.
with MJ. This multiverse version, because Tom Holland gets to, Peter Parker gets to save her.
You're
And
three.
so it's a nice little echo. But
Yeah.
the single greatest throwback Easter egg moment of that fucking movie was web shooters.
Yes.
Yes.
Three
It's
fucking
like, what's
jokes.
that for?
Comedy comes in threes. Three great fucking jokes in that movie about web shooters. And the last one was referenced. Does it come out of any other places?
That's actually also if you're a Venture Brothers lore watcher.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I
it's a
fucking
Venture
love
Brothers
Venture
throwback as well. But the best part was like, hey, Peter,
Oh,
they all
yeah.
looked up. Peter Parker, they all look up. And Ned's just like,
Like the
Peter-
meme. It's like-
Who's the? That's exactly what it was because they actually introduced Spider-Man as well as the other stuff from. No
Well,
Way
they
Home
all
into-
do point
into
at each
FN,
other at one
Fortnite.
point.
yeah,
remember?
they were like, what? Huh?
They're all like
Yeah.
pointing.
Peter Parker. Yeah, still.
I don't think you could have three different Spider-Man
Martin.
actors in one film and nail it so perfectly. And this is when you don't have Marvel's fingers into it. And I'll call it another thing, especially late to this. This is the question I asked a lot of people. Jamie Foxx's one line that a lot of people went, what the fuck? Like JonTron. Do you think that was done because it was trying to be woke, or you did it to make the theater cringe and how it sounds in a theater?
Are you talking about when he talks about a black?
There needs to be a
Spider-Man?
black Spider-Man.
No, what he said was, I kind of hope.
I thought you'd be black.
I was kind of hoping you'd be black.
What he said after that
Because
is that
with the multiverse,
There's got to be a black Spider-Man.
there's got to be a
There's gotta
black
be a black
Spider-Man out there
Spider-Man.
Black Spider-
somewhere.
do you
And
think
I
Here's
thought
the
that
thing
was
that
a
bothered
great
me.
nod to
Miles.
Miles.
So
Yeah, but
so you
here's
think
the
it was
thing
a
that bothered me
nod
about
and not
that.
like trying to make people understand that woke in film inserted can actually cause you to pull yourself out.
No, I don't think it was me personally. I don't think it
It
was
had
woke.
no
But my
impact on me that
problem,
way.
my problem with that scene though, is the spell that was cast specifically said anybody from an alternate universe who knew Peter Parker was Spider-Man
Spider-Man.
got pulled into the universe. So if Jamie Foxx was supposed to know, if Electro was supposed to know Peter Parker Spider-Man, he would have already known he was white. So that to
Right.
me, when he said that, it was like
Yeah,
that didn't make sense.
You
That
know
was
what?
like
I
that
never
was
even
like
thought
actually
about that. You're
one of
right.
my few problems with the movie was that part, and it had nothing to do with like I get why they did it, and it was funny, but it also kind of like, wait, what? Like, isn't he supposed to? How is he here if he doesn't know?
It
You
Now,
know,
was it
depends.
sarcasm or was he actually serious when he said it?
It could also depend what point in time from the multiverse he was pulled out. That's the same with Doc Ock didn't realize didn't know he already died. There's also a time travel paradox within the multiverse pullout. So that line does make sense because if he was just Electro, right after Electrified only had one dude with Spider-Man, he would not know
But-
the ending of the film. The same with Doc Ock.
Zach, took it right out of my. So I was about to
Sorry.
ask you. I don't remember because I literally
Okay.
haven't seen the Amazing Spider-Man movies since I saw them in the theater. But did
Okay.
Electro ever find out Spider-Man
that
was
I'm
Peter
aware of.
Parker?
See, I didn't
Yeah,
think he
like-
knew.
No.
Yeah, I
Max
didn't
always.
I think
And I
he
got to
did.
be
I
honest
think he
with
did.
you, because let's talk about another spoiler that's at the very fucking end of the movie, where we get to see Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy, as I forget his character's name, Venom.
Eddie Brock.
Eddie Brock.
Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
Does Eddie Brock know he's Peter Parker? Why is he
No,
in that?
Venom. So that one I can explain. Venom does, and they show. See, you guys didn't see Venom 2, right?
I've not watched it yet. No.
No,
Okay,
I have.
so this is why you have that question. So the after credit scene in Venom: Let There Be Carnage, Venom says something to Eddie, like while they're chilling in bed. He's like, you know, like we have a hive mind. Our symbiotes have a hive mind, you know, spanning multiple universes, and if I were to share that information, it would like collapse your tiny little human brain. And the second he says that, they like that's when they get pulled into the MCU. And so what that indicates is because Tobey Maguire, and they referenced it in No Way Home, because Tobey Maguire had Venom with
Right.
the
Oh,
Topher
okay.
Grace Venom. That Venom was a part of the hive mind,
So
so they
that's
knew
Venom.
he was
is-
Peter Parker. But
Gotcha.
so Eddie Brock didn't know, but Venom knew. That's why Venom licks the screen. He's like, "Ooh, this guy." Oh, you didn't see that. That's it. That's
And
part of the episode.
it's a great moment in the film. I thoroughly enjoyed the post credit scenes. We of course got a sneak peek of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, the teaming up with Wanda. I'm pretty stoked about some of this stuff. As we move into Phase 5, I'm getting excited. Phase 4 it was kind of a wash. I think
you know, it's
Feige-
kind of like
he tested some stuff,
odd
it
number
didn't
Star
work.
Trek movie. You know,
Yeah.
it's like you've
So-
heard that theory, right? All the original cast Star Trek, like 1, 3, 5. You know, the odd number
6.
movies sucked, but the even
Oh,
movies
that
are
yeah,
good.
yeah.
You know, like 2, 4, 6 are the best ones.
Well,
Well,
Matt,
K-Trek breaks that because it all sucks.
well, okay. If maybe the symbiotes do work in that sense, Matt Bader, because if let's look at Wanda for a prime example as a Nexus being. She is the same Nexus being across all multiverses and planes of existence. So if the symbiotes have the same type of hive mind existence between any multiverse, then yes, that would exist, depending on how the Marvel
Yes.
comics have it backstated
Yeah.
format.
Yeah, but I don't think Vader. I'm pretty sure. I know he didn't like WandaVision. I don't even know if he finished watching.
No,
it,
they
so
ruined
he-
it after 5. They ruined
know.
it after 5.
But-
See, I
Someone's getting
enjoyed
arrested.
Wanda.
The amount of work I put into
wanna
that
get-
series,
I
it
wanna
ruined
get-
it for me.
I want to get. I actually, again, I'm on the losing end of this at the Salty Nerd Crew, you know. But I loved WandaVision,
I did.
and I want to get what is grief if not love persevering. I want to get that tattooed on my body. I love that line so much.
Okay,
You
did
know.
you ever see the comparisons that they actually ripped off the Superman movie fight scene with the Vision fight scene?
I did not.
The Vision fight scene in WandaVision is a almost direct copy of the Superman fight scene with the gas station and the restaurant, except with different angles.
Huh? Is this on
Uh,
YouTube? I'll have to
You
check
can
this
find
out.
it on YouTube. The second thing with me
Okay.
is like I did enjoy WandaVision. I played a lot of the trailers for every time they leaked the next episodes at 0.25 play speed. I spent hours looking in each little scenes for hidden Easter eggs, all that crap. By the time it got to 5, it felt like they stopped caring, and all the theories that I put my energy into, like that Where's Waldo thing, it was like Where's Waldo for me in Marvel. I was going through Wikipedia's comics. I was having a blast, and then 5 hit. And we got Ralph Boner or whatever the fuck
Oh
that
God,
was.
yes.
And I was done. I was like, you guys just effed it. And I'm like, you built up all this Mephisto. You built up all this stuff that could link to different things. And you just ended it. And it felt like I got my heart ripped out. And that's where I started having my decline in the trust of Marvel, especially Disney Marvel. I will never hate a person for liking something. That's not my place. But if my energy goes into something to the point where I'm spending 3 to 5 hours on a single trailer and that's gone, then what happened? How can you put so much care into set design and everything else and then give up 2 episodes after it's supposed to be over? I can't. That's not how you do things anymore. WandaVision was the
Basically,
doorway.
That's
I feel you.
why I have a lot more faith in what Warner Brothers is going to be doing with the Flash. I think the response that everyone had to just photographs of what was going on set should really just cause a lot of the naysayers to just shut it, because I think a lot of people are eager for what the Flash is going to have. It's not a Flash versus No Way Home. It's No Way Home and the Flash giving the fans what they want.
So I'm not
And
laughing at
people
you.
love
I was laughing at
Sorry,
this
I didn't mean to
comment
freak out either.
that you just put up on the screen. I'm just playing Danny, but I wish you to put the other one because I did one. I was like, he saw me. I was just like, oh, Vader. I was like, oh, because that is so not true. There are plenty of, what did you say? You punk. I love you, man, but whatever. Something like I'd never seen a movie. I can't even find it now.
You've
Something
never
about I
seen
never
a
saw a movie
person
with a
in
guy.
tights and a cape you didn't like.
Yeah, fuck you, man. That is so not true. There are plenty of
Do you like Blank Man
terrible movies.
and Meteor Man?
I don't even. Those don't even register for me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Meteor Man is like a guy who has Bill Cosby in it, for God's sakes. It's a guy who touches a meteor and gets superhero powers and saves a neighborhood against the whole a black gang with gold dyed hair. What they call it, the gold.
Am I going to get called racist for saying I'm glad I never saw that because it sounds fucking
No,
terrible?
it's actually a gem. You got to watch it. It's funny. And Blank Man is Damon
Yeah,
Wayans'
you can never say that about any movie starring a black man.
Yeah, and Damon Wayans is the Blackman parody, I think, from what was in Living Color, where he plays the mentally disabled and handicapped superhero.
Oh my God.
See, that sounds terrible and offensive. So I'm glad I haven't seen that one either. You know,
That was
but you're
on the show
smiling
in
because
Living
it looks
Color.
intriguing at the same
It
time.
was
Yeah,
funny.
remember when
I
you could
watched
be
it.
offensive?
Yeah, because comedy
Yeah.
should be mildly offensive. It should be.
it should.
I mean, that's
yes,
what
it
makes
should.
comedy good.
Here's the thing: when it comes to special needs, I have a special needs son, so that shit kind of hits a little too close to home for me when they make fun of that. So, for the most part, I would agree with you. But when it comes to like exploiting special needs people, that shit really bothers me.
I don't think it was exploiting at the point. I think it was he had his own issues.
Well, it is exploiting, but it's exploiting in a way that I say
It's
is
90s
like,
comedy.
we
I
need
think,
to toughen up and not put that metric out there that everything needs to not offend me.
I'm not
Because
trying to
I
offend
have
anyone.
I have a special situation, which I agree. You know, I have special needs
So-
children in my family, and I just
So Santa,
I
you're
still
saying
laugh
I
at
should
those
watch
things.
Blank Man? You're saying I should?
No,
watch
I would
Santa?
say give it a shot, but what I'm
Give it a-
saying,
give
give
it
it
a
a shot. And also remember, it's coming from the 90s. I think 90s sense of humor. But I am not there trying to poke fun, okay? Because I'm disabled with my own crap. But I can also appreciate comedy for what it is. And if you take yourself out of the offensive parts that might be attacking an individual or group of individuals and just see it as what it is, a parody, you can not feel like it's trying to hurt.
No, I mean, I'm like I said, I'm 42. I was born in the 70s. 90s were like my teen years. You know, I loved In Living Color. You know, like so it's weird though. The older
yeah,
I
you
get,
say the
and
word.
I
In
think
Living
my son
Color,
has.
and I hear the theme song in my head.
I
I fucking hate that. It's
No,
like
you don't.
the minute you say it in Living Color, all I hear is the theme song. I'm like, God damn.
I'm
it.
Come
sorry.
on,
Well, hey, man,
James
Carrey.
Jim Carrey doing
Jim
Vanilla
Carrey's
Ice
Fire
and
Marshal
losing his
Bill.
shoe.
Fire Marshal
Let
Bill.
me show you something. What happens
Oh
if
my
you
God,
roll
Neil
around
Brooks.
on thumbtacks with the electrical field on full? Let me show you. Come on. And I
The
was
brothers,
like,
brothers.
yeah.
See,
Blazing Saddles
these
was
millennials
definitely
and Gen
punky
Zers
white
or
people.
wokesters, whatever you want to call them, have no idea. When I was a kid, I had a little tiny ass black and white television in my room, and like, I
Ditto.
hope my mom is still not watching. You know, and like I'd be in there, I'd like pull the covers over, I'd pull the TV, and I'd be watching In Living Color and Conan O'Brien and shit I was not supposed to be watching when I was like 10, 12 or whatever. You know, because yeah. No, they never had Cinemax when I was a kid. That was a bummer. So
That's what my neighbors were for. Why would somebody sleepovers? Don't ask questions you don't want to know the answers to. Who took all the Kleenex? Stop asking questions, Ma.
who took all the Kleenex? Oh.
Who took my special Kleenex with a little bit of moisture in between the layers? She found out.
Oh my God, have you
Oh,
seen
Halloween.
Free Guy? The dude's like,
Yeah.
Mom, don't touch that sock. That's my special sock.
I told you not to knock on the door, Mom, when they're vacuuming, Agent Duffy.
Now I'm going to show you something here. This was the TV I had as a child in my room back in the 70s.
Was it powered by steam? Oh, it was. That's a
Oh,
TV.
It is a
Yeah.
TV, and it's really small. It's about this big. And
I didn't have that exact same one, but I had
when
one
my
that
dad
small.
kidnapped me from Arizona and ran away from Arizona, leaving my mom and my siblings, and fled to the eastern coast. We drove across the country with that TV plugged into the what do you call it, lighter outlet thing, and we would travel through towns, rotating the knob until a TV station would come in for a few miles, and traveled clear across the United States watching it. And then when we got to Virginia, my dad says, well, I got no use for this. It's yours now. So I took it to my room and just watched TV on it all the time.
There you go.
Fucking
Right
love
there.
that TV.
Did you see?
Yeah, there it
Silk's
is. Meteor Man and Blank
Screw
Man.
you, man.
There's Rock. There it is. And you can't say there was no black superheroes back in the day either, because look at that cast. Even the hero.
Now,
Oh
notice
my God.
you don't
Okay,
see
you
Steel.
know what?
So there you
Showing
go.
me those pictures. I never saw the movies, but I do remember. Yeah, those are 90s movies. Totally. I
Yes.
remember.
They were terrible. They were terrible.
Yeah, I remember seeing like
Come on,
ads
Bill
for this
Cosby
shit.
is changing the channel just by touching the part of the meteor in a can, for God's sakes, of coffee. Going, okay, I don't want to get the remote. Love it.
Well,
Oh, hey, man,
Dork
thanks for
Knight,
the
I want to
shout
know,
out,
are
yeah.
you going to become a regular member of our panel? Because I'd love to have you back on, man.
Don't do it.
I'd love to, man. Yeah, because everybody's always like, so I've guested on a ton of shows, and I don't have my own channel. And when I was on the Popcast, I don't know if you know those guys, I was on their show, and they were like, they called me the fucking Kato Kalin of YouTube, because like I didn't have my own channel, but I was like on everybody
You hung out
else's.
on everybody's sofas.
Yeah, and I'm like, am I supposed to, like, I don't know how to take that, bro. I was like, he's like, no, you're genius. He was like, you're genius. I was like, not really. I'm not making any money. I'm just a nerd that likes talking about nerdy shit.
But-
you know.
Well,
what I
you
mean?
should
Dork,
have your
but
own
Dork.
show, The Dork Knight.
Yeah, dork.
But
If you need any help, you got Fat Steven,
yeah,
Keith and I. We'll all help you.
I just don't know how to
Martino
do.
Might do something.
dude, I'll help you out. I've done over 100,000 live streamings just this year.
Most
Right
of them.
on. Well, I
gaming.
don't know how to do like the
Yeah.
intros, the outros.
problem.
You know, I'm
I'll
good.
do
I'm a
that.
graffic designer. I can do logos and shit all day long. I don't know. How to do
I'll help you with
videos.
intros if you want to help me with
Yeah.
logos. How about that? We'll do a fair trade
Okay,
right there.
all right, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Because Gary's doing Christmas. Gary's doing Christmas stuff. Let me get some help in there. Come on, Deanna. Your white doors are offensive.
Hey, if you need ducks butchered, I'm your guy.
Oh yes,
I will,
you did
I will
a
kill a
great job
fucking
of
duck.
butchering those ducks.
But Dork
I
Knight,
think they're filthy animals. I hate
But
them.
Dork Knight, I got to lay something out right here. You have a concept of appreciating stuff that's here today. You're able to share it with your kids, and you have different aspects that a lot of people on YouTube don't have anymore, or it gets flattened. So as much as Matt Vader and the rest of the Salty crew might tease you, they do respect you because they're teasing you. So you have an aspect about you. Yeah.
Yeah, look at Keep telling him to start his own channel. No, they do.
Does he have a chair? Or is it like just a beanbag?
Who?
I don't know.
Do you have one of those vagina chairs where you're sitting on a vagina?
Yeah.
Oh, Santa.
Does your chair come with vibrating motion?
Yeah, so I contribute to the guys. It's to go off of what the message you put up from Vader a second ago. So like I even have it on this screen over here. So I send them like, hey guys, I got this great idea. You're like, here, check this, and they're always like, just start your own channel, just start your own thing, just do this.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Do it.
It's too
We'll
much
support
work.
you. I know Matt
It's not
will do
too
it.
much work. It can be the most gratifying thing ever, especially if you want to start sharing, like even if you want to do like from a family style where you're just doing reaction shows with your kids. You never have to show your face, but do like introducing the Spider-Man and other older hero
That's
movies
cool.
and see how it branches out.
And you'll
It's
find
cool
it
that you said
easier
that, so
to
my-
finish a thought before an animated character interrupts you. It'll be great.
my son and I, my youngest son and I, we actually did we just did a private because he wanted to do kind of like a podcast, but he didn't want it to go public. He just wanted to share the experience of doing it with me because he's walked in here a couple times actually, and so we did one on Zoom. We just did it on Zoom, and it was just the two of us, and he had a blast. And then he was like, "Don't post that anywhere." I was like, "Why not? It was adorable." He's like, "No, don't post that anywhere." And I was like, okay. So like hopefully in time, he's the special needs one. So hopefully in time he'll get over that. And because I would love to, I think it would be super awesome to do a podcast with my son and put it, I think people would
Now
dig
I got
it,
my kid on here. I want to get him on again, but I also want my daughter on here because she is absolutely as big a nerd as anybody in the family. My daughter.
Mhm.
and she's wacky funny. And if it could happen, I would love to make it happen. But once again, we're down to the last few minutes, and we need to be talking about Spider-Man: No Way Home. And
so, okay, let me pose a question then, because I think I already shared.
I love it when I have a plan and then somebody derails it. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm so sorry. No, I'm so sorry. Oh.
My favorite part of Unforgiven was.
That's
what I was about to ask. Like, what was everybody's favorite part of No Way Home? But I didn't want to derail. I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, ask your question, but I want to pose this because I want us to discuss the emotional payoff of that ending, not the post-credit scenes, but the actual ending of the story. And did anybody ask the question I asked Deanna when we were leaving the theater, which is, wait a minute, if they forgot Peter Parker, our Peter Parker from this Spider-Man, but that's not how this works, did the other Spider-Men get forgotten too?
I'm pretty sure that
in their universes, and it's like, oh shit, Toby's going home to MJ.
And she's not going to know who he is.
Is she going to remember him as a person or completely forget him?
Shit, I didn't even think of that. Now they have to make.
It leaves a lot open to interpretation.
Yeah, their Aunt Mays are still alive too.
Yeah.
Are they going to forget Peter? So I'm like, oh fucking shit! Did they just open a can of worms with that?
Oh, I thought they did.
You just blew my mind, dude. I didn't even think of that. Oh my god.
Because if they pulled all these people from other universes who knew who Peter Parker was, and now that they're supposed to forget who Peter Parker is, they didn't say this Peter Parker. They just said Peter Parker.
Peter Parker. Exactly. I think it's fucked. Are you
sure? That's why I think the reason it never entered my head is because, Tom Holland's Peter Parker's making the plea to Doctor Strange at the end. He's like, just like have the whole world just not forget I'm Spider-Man. Just forget about me, period. Like me, like specifically me. That's why I didn't even think. But if
that's not what Doctor Strange said.
Exactly, though. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So like, yeah.
Damn. Doctor Strange is a fuck up.
Yes.
And this movie proves he's a bit of a fuck up. And I loved it when he's like, Scooby-Doo this shit. And MJ's like, well, seeing that you played some part in this, how about saying, please Scooby-Doo this shit? All right, please Scooby-Doo this shit.
No, isn't Scooby-Doo part of DC?
Yeah, but look, they cross-mentioned DC and Marvel.
I mean, like they brought up
Peter
Superman
Parker in Tobey Maguire's when he's out there trying to do his fucking gross web shooters that come out of his body like seminal fluid. He says up and away and Shazam.
And Eternals. In Eternals, they make a Superman reference.
Yeah. Well, they make it. They made a Superman reference in Tobey. Yeah, in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man when he visits Aunt May after the attack from Green Goblin. She's like, you can't do everything. You're not Superman. So.
Yep,
they've always done that.
I always love that. I love that they cross-reference each other. And
even DC, the Arrowverse does it all the time. Like in the Flash series on CW, they do it all the time. They name
it. It is so bad now. It is so bad
all the time. Yeah.
Your avatar's not showing up, Steve.
It's so my avatar doesn't interrupt anybody. I got you covered, bro.
Oh, not passive aggressive at all.
No, just sarcasm.
That's why I love Strange. He isn't perfect. No, and that is good because I felt it was good that they pointed out that Strange, all powerful as he is a fucking idiot too. He's not perfect. And
I wouldn't call him an idiot. He's just so self-absorbed and egotistical. He thinks he can do no wrong. You know what I mean? So that's
I think that plays into
that's the base of his character.
But when somebody says sum that up, I go, he's an idiot. And it goes back to even with Kate Bishop. The thing I liked about her was she was not a Mary Sue. She was a bit of a fuck up. She caused more problems than she solved. And it took her the entire arc of the season to finally get to where she wasn't fucking shit up and helping.
Well,
and I thoroughly enjoyed that.
I did too. In fact, I got I can't remember which show I was on within the last few weeks. was after the second episode. Somebody was trying to argue with me that Kate Bishop was a Mary Sue. And I was like, are you kidding me? They established so much that like she started training, like her mom started.
She's been
having
training her whole life.
Yeah, like since she was like
Right.
5, like she won her first martial arts thing at 5. She's definitely not a Mary Sue. And then, like you said, I actually loved how they handled her. She did fuck up a lot, and then by the end,
Well, it's
he's like, "Please don't do this, please don't do this," and she's like, "I guess I'm just not going to listen to you." And she's
not to jump
if we're
intellectual
gonna be on-
properties, but I want to go back to another show that does that, which is the Clone Wars sequel, The Bad Batch. The girl in that is a big screw up. She's constantly messing up and doing things wrong, and she comes down on herself really hard. And I like the way that was written. That is so anti-woke, which is, the female character has to be perfect right at the get-go. It's like, no, they're people. Stop putting the gender thing to it and just look at them as people, and people fuck up until they get good at something.
Yeah.
Like deleted scenes. He could sit here for hours not talking.
That's your
I guess
I have
thing
taken a
with-
vow
with-
of silence until such time as everybody quits stumping on Matrix 4. That's going to be a while. So anyway,
I guess my thing with Hawkeye is this: unless you were someone that actually knew the comics and knew who Clint was, if you strictly go just by the MCU, the only character you knew was Clint. So this was his show. And the way this show should have started is by going into Clint's life and actually revealing something about it. Because there's still a lot of his life that if all you know is the MCU, you do not know about Clint. You have no idea how he grew up. You have no idea how he developed his skills. You still know nothing by the end of all
we
this.
should have found
well, even
out
as
about.
a. Or go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was agreeing with him.
You're not.
And so as a series, as an idea, that's the reason why I think Hawkeye, while very entertaining in the latter episodes, was still initially a screw up, because you should have started with Clint and then made the transition as the show went
Seeing
on
him as a kid
to Kate. Okay, look, the plan was always going to be that she was going to take over. Okay, that was always the plan. So you should have used that as an opportunity to explore the character of Clint, so that you can get a chance to know him better before you basically take that character and his entire storyline and take it because it's cheaper.
Hold up, guys. Mexican Iron Man, our executive producer for our show, gave us a $5 super chat. I saw Spider-Man for the second time in 3D 4DX theater. Holy hell, it was unbelievable to experience the theater's wind, water, strobes, and moving effects. Yeah. Moving seats. That's fantastic.
Wow.
Thank you for the $5.
4DX.
Iron Man, I appreciate it, Mike. Mike, you are the bomb diggity, and for you, this is your thank you.
If you think that by threatening me you can get me to be your slave, well, that's where you're right. And I'm only saying this because I care. There are a lot of decaffeinated brands on the market today that are just as tasty as the real thing.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay, one more from Mexican Iron Man, $5.
Another $5.
Super chat.
Oh, I got to find a whole new one for him. Hawkeye was okay and could have been better, but was nowhere near as bad as it could have been. Or no, I agree with you, because I felt of all the MCU shows that were on Disney Plus, that was the one I enjoyed the most. Mm-hmm. And my problem with and the only problem I had with oh shit, I just forgot
WandaVision?
Oh my God, Falcon and
Falcon Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier
was the fact that the race baiting and finger pointing at the end.
Yes.
Past that, I enjoyed that fucking show. It was a good show. But anytime they started getting race baiting and fucking pointing fingers at the audience,
did you say Falcon Winter Soldier was your favorite one?
No. Hawkeye was better.
Hawkeye, okay, yeah. Because Falcon and Winter Soldier is my least favorite one. Hawkeye's my favorite one.
Yeah, WandaVision is my least favorite, even though I enjoyed it. I was
WandaVision's my second favorite, so I guess we're.
Nothing pisses me off quicker than a build-up with no payoff. If you don't fucking give me a payoff, you've lost me. And they did 3 build-ups with no payoff.
Well, I mean, considering. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I got to give Mexican Iron Man a thank you. Hold on.
Okay.
So this is from my heart to you, Mike.
Are you crying? Am I crying? No, I'm not crying. You're crying.
Thank you, Mike.
I love that first one from Real Genius because when I was a kid,
best
I used
non
to get
sequitur
told
joke ever told in a film.
Yeah, I used to get told all the time I looked like Val Kilmer when I was a kid, and, especially when that movie came out. So
but then you matured and started looking like Kato Kalin, from what I hear.
Yeah.
But the thing with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, my biggest thing with that was the fact that if you're going to introduce the Dora Milaje, with their resources, they could have found all the bad guys within an episode. There was almost no reason to bring them in if you weren't going to utilize those characters, because by bringing them in, then you made the entire thing pretty much just moot if you're not using them correctly.
Her phone found everybody, and she made the purple outfit for the guy. Can I talk now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. There you go.
All right, I'm feeling kind of upside down at the moment because of this whole subject matter.
It's the multiverse thing. It's okay.
Yeah, it's
you look normal to us.
But yeah, okay, I'll give it that. Hawkeye was a lot better done. They're learning slowly what things are going on. But honestly, she made the costume. She had a better looking costume than he did. He looked like he just came out of the Lavender collection of Bed Bath & Beyond. It was bad. I didn't like it at all. I know he wears purple. I didn't like it. And the whole Lucky Dog, that made no sense to have in there. And I'm still trying to figure out how Jack got this. How he got the sword out of the house. And all you see is him look at it in one scene, and we're supposed to presume that he got Ronin's sword back. Tracksuit Mafia still rules. That's all I'm going to stand by. It's still the best.
Yeah, Tracksuit Mafia is the best part of the series. It really is.
And the owl.
Best fucking part. That owl scene was fucking adorable.
Yeah.
It took off with that truck, man.
Can you hear them though?
The truck. Yes.
No, did you hear them going, bro, like little Smurfs or chipmunks? Yeah, bro from the car. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking great stuff. I want to start our outro with 2 of our newer people. I want to get our good friend here a chance to talk about what he's doing. Deleted. Take it away, my friend.
Okay, I am going to be on Rambling Canucks Karaoke Saturday night. At about 10 o'clock Eastern. And I am going to be joining Matt Allen for his show that we normally do on Saturday. It's going to be on Sunday this week at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. And I'm going to be joining Jedi Bill for his Western Cinema Theater. And we're going to talk about Tombstone.
Hey, say hi to Jedi Bill for me, would you? He's a cool dude. I like that guy. We'll wait for your response.
I will.
There's a huge delay in South Carolina. All right. Thank you, my friend. We'll skip to my wife, who will tell us just simply your last thoughts on Spider-Man.
Oh, my last thoughts? I have thoughts. Well, I like Tom Holland, so I want to give him cute, cookies. I thought you were going to bring me up to announce the launch of our merch store that hopefully will be
about
launched.
whatever you fucking want to. Jesus Christ, woman.
Yes, we're getting ready to launch our merch store. Hopefully next Friday, he'll be able to put it up for people can see the artwork and the new products that is coming out.
Got some new toys too.
Yes.
I'm actually working on an idea to have stuffed versions of Keith and I.
What?
Plush
Voodoo
Keith
dolls.
and Gerry figures that girls can
works.
snuggle with, or any of my friends that want to snuggle with us at night.
Some of them will come with a hole. Some
Don't
of them
forget the body pillows.
Body
My
Your body
buddy,
part.
I want to give a shout out to my buddy Brunty. He's got Depressed Monsters, and he made this adorable plushy version of one of his characters.
Let's talk about this after the show too, because I really do want to get plush versions of Keith and me because we are so much fun. But
For sure.
hey, I would like it if you would become a regular member of this team because Friday TGIF is all about the panel and us.
Yeah,
having
no, I'd love
fun.
to, man.
And Steven, of course, is a Prime member. He's always going to be a part of this panel until he says "fuck you, Gerry" and leaves. And
What the hell does that mean?
I'm saying you don't leave until you decide to leave.
Well, that sounds like it's Herpes has to make its own choice to leave at this point. Thanks a lot for that. That's
Well,
great.
Herpes and Steven have a lot in common because they both flare up occasionally and they are never go away.
Oh, noted.
But give us the lowdown. Every week, if you're going to be on the show, you're going to give us an update on what you're doing with your individual shows. But where are you going to be found right now until that launch?
Me?
Yeah.
You talking to me?
Yeah, you're the center screen.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Oh, sorry, man. Primarily Twitter, which is at DorkNightLV. That's 2 Ks. Normally I would point down, but my thing's not there. Or on the Salty Nerd podcast. I do every Saturday, starting back up again in 2022. We do the Saturday morning home gang. There it is. That's my Twitter handle there. But I'm mostly active on Discord in the Salty Nerd Discord, which you can check out at saltynerddiscord.com. It's an open invite for anybody. If you're a dick, we'll kick you out. So it's a pretty cool community.
Gerry, you're gone.
I don't use Facebook or anything like that. I loathe Facebook. So I spend most of my time on Discord, and yeah, that's about it. But check out the gang at Salty Nerd. I love those guys. I've known Kadish for years.
Oh yeah, I love him. Too.
We met at
Matt is great. Well, Matt Vader is great. Matt Curtis, he's okay.
Yeah, Kadish is all right. No, I met Kadish. So it's kind of funny. Like I said, I don't have my own channel. I hop around. So I was doing some stuff for the Nerd Farm blog, and I met Kadish. I was doing for Nerd Farm. I went to the Star Trek convention several years ago, 7-8 years ago, something like that. And he was promoting his Earthman Jack series. So whenever he started that, it was like his first book he was promoting. And I got to interview him, and we hit it off, like we were just like couple. And this was back when I went by Fat Beard, which is what this logo here is, because I used to be 400 pounds and I had like a ZZ Top beard.
What's your secret?
A heart attack in 2016. So,
oh, you Kevin Smith did. Okay.
Well, I did it before Kevin Smith did, so whatever. I don't know. Kevin Smith.
So you're cooler than Kevin Smith. I got it.
Yeah. Well, no, not
we all are.
Yeah. I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan. Oh, hey, thanks, Zach. Yeah, Salty Nerd Discord. Yeah. Yeah, so that's it. I've been long-winded enough. Thank you guys for having me on.
I appreciate you being on, man. Oh wait, I didn't mean to push me up. Let's push Keith. Keith, where can we find you?
Well, usually either with you, TGIF, or with the amazing Fat Steven doing B5 things, although we are on hiatus until January. And,
yeah, I kind of wanted us to be on hiatus too, but I wanted to do the Spider-Man thing, so we did a show today.
I appreciate it.
Me too, man. I've been wanting to talk about Spider-Man.
I wanted known that as much as I think the cast is adorable, my own personal belief that Tom and Zendaya have no chemistry as Peter and pseudo MJ. I'm sorry. I've never bought into the fact that they're actually a couple in the movies. I'm sorry. I've never. That is just the only thing about
that I felt
even
that
though they bang in real life.
Look, I'm happy that they're banging in real life. I'm just saying on screen,
they're adorable in real life.
As the couple on screen, they absolutely have
I would agree with you,
chemistry.
Keith, up to this film. I felt their chemistry came through in this one. Before,
She was much better in this.
Which is why I thought that was funny when somebody said, she's into him.
What?
It's like, cause what? She likes him? Like what? In what universe?
That the lizard said that.
That was him. Yeah.
Yeah,
Kurt
I remember
Connor.
that. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm going to address the one question, CJ. CJ, I love you, man. You're a good dude. I am still working on it. Tom messaged me, wanting to know when I'll be done, and I'm like, man, I had to finish my Christmas commissions, and I had like several, and I finally wrapped all but one up, and thank goodness Christmas is next week for that customer, so I can finish their second poster. I'm doing posters for this gentleman, and it's my good friend Paul Reynolds. He will be coming on the show eventually. You guys will like him. He is absolutely a comic book nerd and knows his comic books. I look forward to the dueling between my Scottish friend Paul and Keith going, what did he just say? I can't understand him. Are you from Pakistan? You need to say that to him. It'll be funny. Because he makes fun of anybody doing a fake Scottish accent as being from Pakistan. He says,
Can I ask you a quick question? Speaking of Scottish accents, so one of the trailers before Spider-Man last night was the other Tom Holland movie, the video game Uncharted.
Fuck yeah, Uncharted. I like it.
And at the very end, there's that Scottish guy that like says whatever he says.
Yes.
And like so I was like, what? And then like half a second later, Tom Holland goes, what? And then like the couple next to me just started cracking up because like I literally couldn't understand what the hell he was saying.
Back in 1977, when I was 13, I was in Scotland. I went to Inverness, and I was in the giant vaulted cathedral-like train station. And my dad goes into the bathroom, and I was terrified to be left alone, so I went and followed him into the bathroom. And in the bathroom, everything was tiled or stone, and it was 20-foot ceilings. Everything echoed. If somebody farted, you would have heard it across the room. It was just a horrifying room. It looked like a torture chamber. And there was this giant moon-faced scale that had your horoscope and weight and everything. And so I stood up on it, and I'm like looking around, looking underneath it, trying to find where you put the coin. And this guy walks up to me wearing an Argyle vestment with corduroy jacket and fucking pants, and wearing a hat, a Tam O'Shanter hat. And he says, at me. And I stopped and stared at him, and I'm like, ooh. And he goes, and I'm like, oh, he thinks I'm Scottish because I'm pale. So he's speaking Scottish Gaelic. And so I'm sorry, sir, I'm American. I only speak English. And very loudly, he goes, that was English, lad. And it echoed through the entire bathroom. Worse than that, every stall was full of somebody laughing at what this guy just said to me. I went from pale.
Did you ever figure out what he said?
Fuck no. I turned white as a ghost and fled the fucking bathroom, ran around behind a newsstand and hid there waiting for my dad to come out. And my dad just walked out. He's chuckling at me. He goes, yeah, you're a bit of an idiot in bathrooms. Because there's a whole fucking book of stories of shit that's happened to me that's caused great embarrassment in bathrooms since I was a kid. And that was just one of the many moments. The bathrooms are the bane of my existence. Proof of it today, I'm trying to take a poop, and my stepdaughter just walks in.
She said she knocked.
I couldn't hear her. I had my little phone going, and I look up at her, and she looks up at me, and she goes, I knocked, and I said, I didn't answer.
Yeah, she comes downstairs and is like, I knocked. I swear I knocked.
You scarred that child for life.
I did not make her come through that fucking door. It's like the rule with me is like, if I don't answer, don't fucking come in. But she doesn't understand it. She's 14 and
15.
Oh, that's right, 15 now.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
She's driving.
But anyway,
yeah, I got a 13.
We handled the big topics on this show.
20 something. Yeah.
Yes. But CJ, I will tell you this. Odds are this will probably be my only cover for G.I. Joe before they lose the contract, because they usually have the covers planned out. This was a special thing that Tom wanted to make sure I got, because I got fucked out of working on G.I. Joe because of Sitton, that piece of shit commie prick. that ran GI Joe. He hated me because I was a U.S. Army veteran, and he also disliked
That seems
the fact.
counter to GI Joe.
I know.
Well, so are their
I'm
covers.
going to get this story
over
from
the
you
last
later.
year. I mean, did you see some of the crap that they put on GI Joe over the last year to 2 years? It's just garbage.
Please don't hate me, but I mean, I was huge into GI Joe when I was a kid, but I kind of grew out of that shit, so I haven't looked at anything GI Joe.
I was into GI Joe when he was a 12-inch tall action figure.
Although I do have a GI Joe platoon mashup that I did that I was trying to get the Salty Nerd guys to put on a T-shirt, and I'll show you that image after the podcast if you want to see it, because it's pretty dope. The Willem Dafoe. Speaking of Willem Dafoe, where he's on the ground, he's like, I did that with a GI Joe character. I'll show you.
CJ, I love IDW. I've got a lot of friends there, and I want to. Tom is one of my closest, oldest friends, and we're business partners for years.
Dude, anybody that crosses
he's a
over
senior
Ghostbusters,
writer.
Transformers, and GI Joe is the shit. And like IDW does the coolest
Tom,
stuff.
Tom writes a lot of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles now. I'd like to get a chance to work on that, but Tom is one of my best friends, and so I love IDW. But they've had some shitheels that work there, and I'm glad they seem to be cleaning house right now because they need to start making money. They're in trouble right now, and I hate seeing them lose GI Joe. I really do. But I am excited that Kirkman might be the guy taking it over because I think he'll set it back on track. But past that, I'm excited to do this. What?
So GI Joe's going to Robert Kirkman?
He's one of the people optioning it. It's a possibility he might get it.
Dude, that would be fucking cool.
He's a comic book fan, a real one.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
It's too bad he couldn't get together and do that with DC Comics.
He's got more money than God.
I
know that.
Get DC, but I don't think it'll happen. But
No.
I want everybody to know that this is Christmas Eve. I want everybody to have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday. I don't care if you're agnostic or not, atheist. Don't care. I'm agnostic, and I still wish people a Merry Christmas.
I'm an atheist, and I still sing Merry Christmas.
Yes. I think Father Weems, my godfather, found it amusing that despite my atheistic, agnostic beliefs, I still do my prayers. And he goes, well, what are you praying to? And I said, he's Irish. And I said, well, I'm hoping somebody's hearing me. I just don't think they're there. But I keep
So were you were probably, so I bet you we have a lot in common. So were you were probably raised, like I was raised Lutheran, which is Catholic light. Sorry, Mom.
Yeah, Lutheran and Episcopalian are both Catholic light. They broke from the church.
But I actually went to a Christian college, McPherson College. Shout out to my alma mater. And it's crazy because my intro to Christianity class is what made me lose my faith and made me realize that it's all bullshit. Sorry, Mom. Again, love you.
Yeah, I grew up Catholic. I went to seminary for a few weeks to be a priest. And then I went home on break and met a girl.
Well, that's why you still pray, man. It's hard to break the Catholic in you when you're raised.
It is. It really is. But
Yeah.
when I met that girl that weekend, I mean, nothing came of it, but it changed my idea that I cannot give up fucking. I can't. I can't do it.
You know, your wife is on here, right? You're like, come on now.
I've heard of all the stories.
Yes. I think she gets annoyed at half the stories I tell her, but
I do.
It's only because she's in a relationship with me. If she were just a friend of mine, she'd be laughing with everybody else. But then it's like, am I going to be a story one day?
Oh, I know I will. I think I already am.
There's stories now. I fucking tell shit you do. Fucking crazy shit. Having to slaughter ducks for you.
He did tell us. Oh, that wasn't live. That was before we went live, right?
Yeah, we're
That
live
was
now.
funny,
We're
though.
still talking about. Look, I don't
No,
care.
he was
I
talking
believe in
about the
hunting.
duck
I love
thing
hunting.
before we went live. Yeah.
I love hunting. I hate
You were
fishing.
trying to kill a duck with a serrated knife, you monster. What's wrong with you?
I didn't do it. My son tried to. Oh, you missed the quail. The quail.
Yeah, David, my stepdaughter, killed the quail, but
with a pruning shear.
just snipped their heads right off.
Is Keith trying to say bye?
Oh, Keith, you
You
got to
gotta go,
go.
Keith?
Hey, brother, I love you, man. I'll talk to you later. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, Merry
Enjoy
Christmas.
yourself,
you.
and remember,
Merry Christmas,
you're
Keith.
just a few months away from the bloodbath at Warner Brothers. I'm just saying.
And don't forget,
gonna be
Keith
great.
and I'll be doing 2 major cons in 2022 in Missouri.
Maybe more.
You don't want to
Maybe
miss.
more.
Well,
I'm
we're
only
definitely
saying
Yeah,
going
we
to do
still need to
more.
work on Tremendicon.
But we're getting our merchant store set up, and that's going to help a lot. Dork,
I'm only saying this for my mom. Jesus is the reason for the season.
Gary said I can't give up fucking.
You did say that.
Yeah, I can't give it up. And I told the priest that was that had, what do you call it, inducted me into the seminary that convinced me to become a priest. And they tried it again when I was 30, 26
You know what
to
bothered
30.
me?
And I'm like,
I'm going
no,
to
it's
get
not
really
gonna
dark
happen.
here. I was really offended that I never got molested by my priest as a child. I thought I was a
Okay,
good-looking
this
kid.
story. He's
I
got
thought
a
I was a
story.
good-looking kid.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I've told this story. I'm going to tell it again. You will like
Okay.
this. So Chris Lindsay, who's still a friend of mine from high school, we grew up together, and we were altar boys on Saturday evening mass at 7:00 at St. Mary's in Fredericksburg. And we were cleaning up after mass, and Father Gerald Weems, my godfather, we Irishmen from Dublin, Ireland, and he's in the back doing whatever he's doing. We're cleaning everything off, wiping it down, putting it away. And we're still wearing our white vestments. And Chris goes, hey, man, because we're like, I think we were 15. And it was when CNN started. CNN had just started. And he says, hey, man,
So
are
you're
you watching?
older than me.
He goes, did you watch CNN about the Catholic priest trial? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I know what CNN is. We don't get it. I'm poor. We got antenna TV. And he goes, oh, man, you got to watch it. I'm like, we're poor. We watch antenna TV. He goes, whatever. And he starts telling me all about, how this trial that they've talked about, that this is just the tip of the iceberg, that there's going to be all these thousands of cases, possibly millions of cases from years gone by of these people finally coming forward that were molested by priests in the United States and elsewhere. And he says, and they were talking about that. And he says, it's going to be horrifying. I said, oh, man. Yeah. And he got real quiet for a second. I said, so what are we
roughly
ugly?
what year was this?
You jump right onto my fucking punchline.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry.
I said, so what are we ugly? And Chris snorts, laughs really fucking loud. And unbeknownst to me, Gerald Weems, Father Gerald Weems, was standing behind us. And he goes, what are you two laughing at? And Chris goes, oh, Father, Gary told a joke. And I'm like, why would you fucking throw me to the dogs? You fucking asshole. And I just looked at him, and he looked at me like, sorry, man, you're on your own. And I just turned to Father. He goes, well, I want to hear the joke. Tell me the joke. So I told him the classic, stupid 4th grade joke I learned when I was in 4th grade called click, pitter, patter, whoosh. It's a stupid fucking joke about a guy hitting his nuts on a bed post, jumping into bed. And Father just stood there after I told the joke, and there was no laughter. And Father goes, that's what you were laughing like that at? Oh, you're fucking idiots. You're just idiots. And he walks away. And he
priest. Were you paraphrasing, or did he really say fuck?
Oh, he said he didn't say fuck. He would never say that. But he did say one time talking to me, he says, during seminary, we were told to write essays, and the most prominent word that was used by every future priest was the word fuck. And he did say it when he told me that story.
Oh, wow.
He says, it's a great euphemism, very colorful and very useful when you're trying to make a point. But anyway, so we fast forward 40 years, and I'm on the phone with him, and I finally brought that back up. And he goes, oh, I remember that. You told some stupid joke. And I went, yeah. And we were talking about it. And I said, but here's what really happened. And I told him what really happened. And at the end of it, he's like, oh, you're awful. Oh, I'm ashamed of you. I'm ashamed of you. Not only are you an idiot, you're just awful. I don't want to even talk to you anymore. And he hung up.
You're really good at that accent, by the way. I just want to give you props for that.
Well, I lived in Ireland for over a year. And so Father, finally he called me back up and told me he was sorry, he yelled at me. And he said, after 55 years of being a priest and my fucking godfather, he had one claim against him by one parishioner. And I ended up being a character witness for him because I'm like, and I said it. I said, look, man, when I met Father, as a young man and as a baby, I was prime picking for being molested, and I was attacked several times as a kid.
Whoa, rewind that. I'm sorry. What?
I had attempted molestation several times as a little boy because I was a prime victim of that stuff. I was a single parent.
Hey, man.
I had nobody around me. And
no offense, I'm not trying to make light of that, but again, and I apologize to your wife who's here, but I feel like I'm way better looking than you. Why did I never get molested? I'm really bothered.
As a kid,
by
I
this.
was adorable. As a child, I was adorable.
Okay.
It's different. There's a difference between being cute and adorable. I was adorable. And I was prime pickings for child molesters, and they did try. They failed. But I was smarter than them, and I would get away.
Okay.
But I spent so much time with my priests as a kid. I was around them all the time, and nothing like that ever happened. And so I ended up being a character witness for Father Williams because I was around him more than any child. He was my godfather, so I spent a lot of fucking time with him as a kid.
Right.
And nothing ever happened. He was my protector. All the priests were my protectors. In fact, nuns were the bane of my existence. I hated nuns.
So Spider-Man No Way Home show turned into
oh yeah, we're done. We finished it at 1:15. This is the outro. This is where we're just shooting the shit.
Yeah.
And we still have 10 people watching us, amazingly.
Oh wow.
But I have so many, like Father Weems has told me some of the best jokes. Let me tell you one. Short one. He goes, Gary. I said, yes, Father. He goes, what do Christmas trees and Catholic priests have in common? I said, I don't know, Father. What? And he goes, both their bowls are ornamental.
Oh my God.
He was a funny dude. He was such a joy. He still is. I thank God he's still here. I've been trying to call him for the last 2 weeks. He's not responding to me, so that worries me. But if I don't get a message from the church that he's dead, I'm know that he's okay, but it still bugs me. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for being on here. Deleted Scene, my wife, Fat Steven, as always, and welcome to the show, Dork. Do you give your real name?
Yeah, Danny. I'm Danny the Dork Knight of Las Vegas. Formerly the artist known as Fat Beard.
Oh, I'll call you Daniel. Hey, Daniel.
Well, my mom.
I call you that?
Here. Only calls me Daniel.
Does your mother call you Daniel?
Baby. Yes. Yeah. Baby.
I'll call you Daniel.
Okay, fine. Okay, Daddy.
I'm formal. I used to call my brother Michael. Yeah, he's dead now. He died of cancer.
That was sad. That was a dark turn.
Oh, that's my life, dude. That's where all the comedy comes from. All the death. Deleted Scene. Sorry, you're on delayed time. Eventually, you'll get that joke. I want to thank everybody for being here. Fat Steven, as always.
You can find me at. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Babylon 5 on Mondays. And then what are you doing on Wednesdays now?
Nothing right now. I do Lunch Table with Lorena Creole.
On Fridays, yep. And that is a show you don't want to miss.
Hey, guys. That's Cecilia Rivera. She got home early from work. She got home from work early to surprise me. Here she is. Hey, baby. Sorry. Just wanted a sweet moment. There you go, guys. Don't look fat. Get out of here.
All right. Thanks for coming, guys. Appreciate it. Good show. I want to thank everybody in the chat. Let me go. Hold on. I need to find the notes. Here it is. I want to thank Dust Wolf and Tiger Driver 98. Cecilia, your girlfriend. Latinx Slam,
Beyonce.
The lovely
Don't call her my girlfriend. She'll get mad.
Sherry, Purple Valkyrie, Sox Bulletin, Lord Thoth, of course, PJ, Matt Vader.
PJO. That's my mom. PJO. Can't forget
your mom. Yeah, it's separated for some reason, but I guess that's what it's supposed to be. Matt Vader 74. Martin Acosta Santana. He is mi amigo. CJ Swordpunk. Jace Fox, of course, who is usually on our show. I don't know what's up with him today. And then our executive producer, none other than Mexican Iron Mac, Mike.
Mexican Iron Man. He's so cool. I met him. He guested on Salty Nerd, and he was super cool. Love that guy.
Oh, and Tim showed up. Yeah, Tim showed up. Thanks for showing up, buddy. I appreciate it. But we are done for the day. I want to thank everybody for coming here. Cecilia, it was really nice meeting you. And actually meeting you on camera. That was kind of fun.
Right.
Woo! And I'm glad everybody got to meet my wife. And eventually you're going to meet my daughter. And but until then, I want to show this video, and then we'll do our
one
outro.
that walked in on your poop.
This is
other one. There's 2 daughters.
Yeah, that's my stepdaughter. My biological daughter is. But actually, Dave.
I didn't mean to make her almost do a spit take. That was funny.
Dave has been on the show accidentally several times. She just walks behind me when I
tried to get her on today.
She won't do it. Yeah, you gotta catch her at the right moment. But before we do our credits, I want to do my favorite outro.
Goodbye, chocolate mousse. I'll never forget you. Goodbye, Ducroix. Take care of yourself. Goodbye, Deja Vu. I'll always remember you. And I'll miss you most of all, Scarecrow.
Oh, and as Zach said, do sub to him. I sub to him. We all did, I think.
I just did.
Yeah, great channel. He put up a funny video. I changed the music so now it won't get a copyright claim. And he put it on our channel of a scene from Wheel of Time done like a Benny Hill episode. It's a chase scene. It's funny as hell. Dumb show. Really fucking stupid. I don't think anybody on that show that was involved with the writing had an ounce of intelligence. And I'm making sure I get all the chats.
Why are you going to bring up a new topic when you're saying goodbye? Because I could not sit through Wheel of Time. I gave up after 2 episodes.
Yeah, I gave up after 1 episode. It was just
it's
terrible.
garbage.
I actually read a lot of the books and used to play the RPG, and I couldn't stand it.
Yeah. So boring. God.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But now we are officially done, so we will do our outro credits. And everybody stick around after the show that's on the panel so we can talk for a minute before. And where's my outro credits? There they are.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Pop Culture Minefield. If you've enjoyed the show, please remember to like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Remember, you can find us at Pop Culture Minefield on both Facebook and Instagram. Thank you
and
again.
Twitter.